As the year draws to a close, we often reflect on the experiences that have shaped us. In 2024, while sports brought us countless thrilling moments, some stories transcend the game, leaving us with lessons about life, loss, and the importance of time. One such story is about the Schmidt family, a heartbreaking and heartwarming tale that reminds us of the value of every single second we spend with our loved ones. The day started like any other for Jeremy Schmidt and his father, Wally. They were at Soldier Field, the home of the Chicago Bears, ready to enjoy a football game together. It wasn't just any game, it was a special occasion, a time to bond, to share a love of football, and to make memories. But as they prepared for the game, a sudden, shocking event would change their lives forever. Wally Schmidt, a 65-year-old lifelong Bears fan, collapsed on the field before the game began. His heart had stopped. Jeremy, who was with his father, immediately saw the signs. He was terrified. "I saw his eyes roll back," he recalled, his voice filled with emotion. In an instant, the carefree afternoon they had planned to enjoy together turned into a fight for Wally's life. Jeremy, desperate for help, yelled for assistance, and it was then that Ben Roth, an off-duty paramedic from Texas, sprang into action. Without hesitation, Roth assessed the situation, starting CPR right away. As more people rushed to help, an automated external defibrillator, AD, was brought to the scene, and Roth was the one to administer the shock that revived Wally. That single zap brought Wally back to life, but the ordeal was far from over. The paramedics arrived quickly, and Wally was rushed to the hospital, where he showed signs of improvement on the way there. Jeremy could hear Wally responding to the paramedics, still conscious and aware of his surroundings. He even cracked a joke, saying he was rooting for the Lions over the Bears. Despite being a lifelong Bears fan, Wally had grown disillusioned with the team's performance and had become a fan of the Lions, much to the amusement of his son. However, once in the emergency room, Wally's condition took a turn for the worse. Despite the best efforts of doctors and nurses, including several more rounds of shock to stabilize him, Wally's heart had suffered severe damage. The doctors informed Jeremy that Wally's left side of the heart was almost completely blocked, what is known as a widowmaker, and the right side was also near 100% blockage. Despite the immediate care and heroic efforts, Wally passed away during an emergency procedure. For Jeremy, it was an unfathomable loss. Hours earlier, they talked about how happy he was to have his father at the game. Jeremy shared, "I'm thrilled you are here because I don't know when I'll be able to do this with you again." Little did he know that those words would take on an immense emotional weight as the day unfolded. The hours that followed were a blur of grief and shock, but amidst the heartbreak, there was a surprising moment of grace. Ben Roth, the paramedic who had saved Wally's life, reached out to Jeremy. Despite their brief encounter, he expressed his condolences and shared how deeply he felt connected to the family. Roth believed it wasn't just chance that brought him to that moment, but something much bigger, a sense that they were meant to meet, that their paths were destined to cross. It was a spiritual moment to carry with him, as he helped the Schmidt family through this unimaginable time. Jeremy, moved by Roth's kindness and the fact that Roth had given him those extra precious hours with his father, called him to express his gratitude. He told Roth how much it meant to him that he had been there, helping his father, and how those extra hours had been invaluable. Roth, too, felt the weight of their connection, and the two strangers, brought together by a moment of crisis, now shared a bond that would last forever. In the days that followed, Jeremy was left to reflect on the fleeting nature of life and the importance of the moments we often take for granted. Though painful, his father's death brought with it a profound realization. Jeremy's story reminds us that time is precious, and we never truly know when we might be given a second chance to make memories, say the things we've been putting off, or be present with those we love. As we approach the new year, Jeremy encourages us to cherish every moment. Life moves quickly, and we often get caught up in the hustle and bustle of everyday life. We forget to slow down and appreciate the small moments with our families and friends. How often do we take for granted the time we spend with those closest to us, assuming we'll have days and opportunities? The truth is, we never know when those moments will slip away. Jeremy wishes to return to time and savor those small, seemingly insignificant moments with his father. But he also wants us to learn from his experience, not to wait. If there is something we've been holding off saying or holding back, now is the time to speak up. If we need to repair relationships or people, we must express our love to them. So don't worry until it's time. The lesson here is simple. Don't take it for granted. Cherish the moment conversations, the people in your life. In the end, Jeremy urges us all to slow down and appreciate what truly matters, our loved ones. Take it if you can make someone feel seen, heard, and loved. Suppose you have a chance to create a memory. Seize it. As we enter the new year, let's move on to making the most of our time, appreciating every minute with those who matter most, and never letting a moment slip by without expressing gratitude, love, and joy. As Jeremy now knows all too well, you never know when those precious moments will become the memories you hold onto for a lifetime.